Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Tuesday, February 7th, if you're watching in real time. And also, it is for whenever you stumble upon it, it can be a timeless reading as well. I am gearing up to Valentine's Day and using the final Rose Tarot for kind of a saga, storyline, situations and things for you to follow with. It may not resonate, so just let it go if it doesn't. I feel like I developed one story that came to sort of a completion, and now we're on to another one where there seems to be this need for a person to stand up for herself and strut her stuff. So let's see what might happen next, or maybe, and the mansion's still on the bottom. Maybe there is another story coming out. So let's see. All right. I like to do like just a 3-card collective reading. I've been taking off the top, but that usually oftentimes gets me the same card. So I'm going to take from the middle. Let's see what we have. Ooh, this one's good. The Knight of Rings, the late bloomer. I love swans and duckies. And wow, the moon, dancing under the moon. The late bloomer makes me think of a particular person because I feel like it came out for my reading for myself. I'm not sure. Okay. And then the Ten of Flutes, the proposal. Okay. Okay, you guys. Well, I don't know, like, this is yet another story that's ending in a happy ending, I think, with a proposal. But let's zoom on in and see what we get. So my story, it was something having to do with my mom telling me, I think you're going to get married later. I've already been married and divorced, but I thought maybe I'll get married again someday. The right person, the one comes along, I would consider it, or at least, look forward to having the life partner for the rest of my life kind of thing. I'm a lot like a lot of you out there. I look forward to that kind of connection. And been pretty happy on my own too, enjoying single life as well, and just being being on my self-love journey. So that could be a lot that's going on here with the late bloomer, but late bloomer can mean any age, really. To be honest, I didn't date in high school, and I didn't start dating until I was in my early 20s, and for some that's late blooming, for some people. And so, like, even my first kiss wasn't until I was 21 or something like that. So that I would say that's kind of a little bit late. But it depends on how you see it, how you see yourself. The Knight of Rings could be somebody who has amazing and beautiful potential, but it just seems like nothing happens for a while, the Knight of Rings represents the Knight of Pentacles, so it's like the slow and steady wins the race. This is the slow person. Male or female could be your energy or the energy of the person coming through, but no two journeys in love or life are alike. So that being said, I gave you an example of my situation, but that being said, this is a variety of people out there for a variety of scenarios. And late bloomer doesn't necessarily mean you're like me and you're 40s, 50s, 60s, or whatever. Like my mom, my mom had 3 major loves in her life. Like, she was married to my dad for 40 years and he passed away. Then she met her twin flame and he passed away. And now she married again at, like, I think she was 81 or 79 or anyway, she was older when she got married and again. And it just makes me realize, like, this can happen at any time. And it always feels a little bit like a miracle when these things kind of happen when you don't expect them. So late bloomer can be a variety of things. And so there's a lot of journeys out there. And some of you may be feeling stuck or behind, or maybe maybe you have a person of interest that you feel like they're stuck. But honestly, everybody's just right on time. Even though your perceived delays feel like you've lost time and experiences that others had along before you, your process of developing has brought you to greater consciousness and appreciation for what you're experiencing now. You've gone through the hard stuff. You're becoming who you're meant to be, and now you're in a position of advancement and acceleration. So this is your hard work paying off. You're becoming your own person. I feel like there's a lot of maybe feminines, especially out there, that had to go through a self-love journey to really, really appreciate themselves on their own. And I think it's like also a great way of realizing or helping you not be codependent on another person for your happiness, things like that, because it's important to be happy just with life, just with yourself. So if once you've found that place in yourself, it's like the two wholes becoming a greater whole. Like I use this example a lot with my rocks. And in fact, this is my mom and her twin flame found these rocks. And when they were holding this rock, and when they dropped it, it cracked open like this. And so it's like, to me, it's like the masculine and the feminine. But look how beautiful it is just on its own. It doesn't really need the partner. And this one is quite beautiful too on its own. But look at what, now together maybe it just looks like a rock, but it fits so nicely, and it's so big, and it looks very powerful. It looks like it has a big strength to it. So I feel like that's kind of what the moon is representing. Now that you're feeling like you're whole within yourself, you are completely able to attract and connect with the other that also feels whole with them in themselves. So dancing under the moonlit sky, the couple is serenaded by their favorite acoustic duo, and it feels like a dream come true. All the elements are here, making us believe that this connection is real and long-lasting. Enjoy the moment and feel the emotion swelling in your heart. That moon energy is very emotional. It's water energy. It's the water signs. It's the ruler of Cancer. And it's just going to make you feel like you're trusting in your gut. The moon is a little bit of fear of the unknown, but I think you can turn that fear around into just knowing. You don't have to feel like you don't know something. Just know it, like in your gut. And trust your intuition. You aren't influenced by grand gestures. You're really trusting in this, like the intimate moment. That reminds me of a dance I had. I danced under the stars with a particular person once in my life, and I really felt our souls entwining, kind of like a helix, kind of a spiral energy, and it felt very universal. It felt very interesting. It was one of the most spiritual experiences I had. And so maybe this is a reminder of something like that for you, or this represents a potential for you. Keep in check your emotions, but at the same time relish the magical quality of this moment. So, and it could also represent your dreams, that there's something that you're dreaming about, but it also represents your dreams coming true as well. There could be a bit, the caveat is the illusion, and I think that's just our mind sometimes getting in the way of our being happy. Like, we're afraid to believe the possibility. Why? Why be afraid of? Because either way, if it doesn't come true, it still hurts. It hurts whether you build up this negative wall or if you build up a positive wall. So why not try to attract this positive energy? And I think you will, because look at that. You got the Ten of Flutes. The Ten of Flutes is the Ten of Cups and the all-encompassing contentment. That's my favorite way of explaining this card. When my very first deck that I used on this channel is the Shadowscapes Tarot, and when I read that, all-encompassing contentment. I said, yeah, that's what I want. I want this feeling of so contented that nothing can be better. Nothing is more wonderful. Um, I felt really happy being on my own, but this, when you're with this person, it multiplies, it magnifies, it intensifies. It feels even greater than you can imagine. So I feel like the 10 of flutes definitely represents the feelings you have here. Also, I feel like the late bloomer could be, since we have the duckling and the swan, it could be like some people out there feel like maybe they were the ugly duckling and then they blossomed into a beautiful swan instead. Like maybe all this time they were actually a swan and they were trying to fit in with the ducks and they weren't actually a duck, you know? And so that could be a quality in a lot of us, you know? We're trying to conform to society's ideas of how things are supposed to work, but maybe that's just not the way it works out for you. Maybe it works out differently. But look, you're still gonna get this, you know, the prize or whatever, that ring at the end that everybody wants. So the proposal. The proposal is the final rose. So here we have another story complete. This is the final rose, down on one knee, proposing a commitment to endless love and bountiful joy. It's the embodiment of the desired outcome we've all been rooting for and dreaming about. The highest potential is reached, filling our hearts with bliss. Congratulations are in order. You've truly created a life of lasting love and abundance. This is pure bliss, love, commitment, and desired outcomes. This is the outcome that you've been dreaming of, wishing for, hoping for. It's not an illusion. It can be attained, and it is here. It may not like manifest on the particular day that you're watching this video, but I feel like what you want, like if it's not like a person and a marriage or a life partner, then it can be anything that you're truly desiring, you can attract into your life. I feel like it I'm reading these readings as love stories, but I feel like it can go across the board for any part of your life, because this is about manifesting, and this is about you feeling good about yourself, and that it's never too late. Like anything can happen, and anything can be at any time. And this is a kind of a nice divine time situation. It just all comes into place, and I hope you liked it. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.